should be like you, Mel.
Ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Want authentic supporter insight on all things Bournemouth? Follow Up the Cherries in all departments on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Search TalkSport Fan Network.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening again, Cherries fans around the world, wherever you're tuning in this morning to another fantastic edition of Cherry AM. Good morning and welcome back. Co-host joining me again this morning, which is fantastic. Morning, Malcolm Chiverton. How are you?
Yeah, good morning, Ollie. Good morning, everybody in the chat. Yeah, all good here. Sunny morning in Berlin.
Excellent. Can't say the same for North Wales, but who knows how the day will turn out, mate? Who knows?
Good.
It looks like the chat is already popping off before we've even got here this morning, Malcolm.
Okay, let it roll.
Darren Hurst, good day all. Daz from Down Under. Good day, Darren. Nice to see you this morning. More exciting news today. Will not take away your glory, boys. Well, you're more than welcome to, Darren, because on our agenda this morning, go on, Malcolm.
Darren's getting the beers in.
It's how it is. No, Darren, you're more than welcome. More than welcome to pop any news in the chat, and we'll address it as it comes up, mate. Paul from Oz, morning everyone. Heavy rain, 10 degrees. It's been raining for just a few weeks there at the moment, Paul from Oz. Seems like it's a similar message most mornings. But yeah, good morning. Morning, Paul. Liam Humby. Morning, everyone. Up the Cherries.
Morning, Liam.
Yeah, I think you've got there's a session going on tonight with Liam Humby involved, isn't there?
I believe so. Yeah, cherry picking.
So fantastic.
Yeah. Looking forward to
it. Chris Hubble. Morning, Liam. Paul Sant. Hello, everyone. Hello, Paul.
Yeah. Hi, Paul and Chris.
Says good morning back to Chris. Chris says good, thank you, Liam. Dan Short, morning everyone. Morning, Dan.
Morning, Dan.
Jay Sober Comedy. Hi, Jay. Welcome this morning. Nice to have you here.
Yeah, good morning.
FA Vast Journey starts Saturday with a away trip to Chelsea for Ringwood. Interesting.
Good luck.
Thanks, Dan. Were you at the game last night, Dan, for the women's? I imagine you might have been, and I saw some footage from Sean. Hey guys, brilliant night with the football. Hope everyone enjoyed the videos. Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Sean. I'm not sure if you caught any of them, Malcolm.
Yeah, it's on this morning, mate. Yeah.
Saw this morning. Good. Dan, short, cloudy in Bournemouth. Jay, so morning, guys. Yeah, morning, Jay. Thanks for getting involved. Darren Hurst. Lidl is signed for 28 million. Do you mean Adley? Is that supposed to be Audi? Audi and Lidl, Adley. I think that's where we're going with that, Malcolm. Funny.
I've said that.
Yeah. Dan, nope, was chilling. Good. Nice, Dan. Good for you. I know that Sean was down there posting some videos. Any news on Adil, Ollie? They're all coming in this morning, aren't they? So Amina Adley, I believe, is the point of news this morning that everyone's wanting to know. Darren Hurst, critical clue, cryptic, even. And Sean confirms Little is going to be his nickname. Lol. Yes, you know what? We weren't going to come on to Adley. We did a bit of a show on him yesterday in regards to stats and progression. I think everyone in the chat clearly knows something that we haven't seen yet, Malcolm. Is everything official with Adley, I now assume? I thought he was only having his medical yesterday. I think that's been pushed through pretty quick if he's officially signed now.
But generally, what happens once the medical is done, it will be released. But they wait for the official signing of the contract and everything, don't they? Generally, so watch this space. Could happen today, actually. To be honest with you.
Absolutely, yeah. And just to confirm, I don't think it's officially agreed yet. So everyone in the chat, it just says that a deal worth around 26 million has been agreed. Player also agreeing personal terms. Bournemouth is finalising the transfer fee with Leverkusen. So expected to be completed soon, as per news.
Yeah,
which is good. Very exciting indeed. And it actually does bring us on to one of our topics of conversation today, which is what we think our starting 11 is going to be for the Wolverhampton game this weekend. Now, with transfers coming in and players continuing to come and go, obviously the framework of a team begins to change as we enter into the season, and we saw how they performed on Friday against Liverpool. Malcolm, we've got a big game really, but this needs to be a performance and a half, right? We need to be coming out and showing what we can do now, surely.
I think they will do. Yeah, obviously, lots of positives from the Liverpool game. Very, very difficult to try and predict really what the starting 11 is going to be, but I think we're going to see much the same. It's a toughie. Bearing in mind, Wolves got stuffed, didn't they? Really, by Man City. Slightly disappointed with their performance over 90 minutes. I mean, in phases, they look pretty decent going forward. But there was nothing, in the last third that would suggest, that they really are that dangerous. Bearing in mind the players that they've lost. So, yeah, for them, they're going to have to go for it, which may play into our hands, with counter-pressing or counter-attacking. But we've got the pace, haven't we? Defensively, they didn't look brilliant, to be honest. I can see a good win for us on Saturday.
Yeah, I thoroughly agree with that. I also think that Wolves, they struggled to convert right in the final quarter.
Yeah.
They don't look like we have that threat there immediately at the moment. And it'd be nice to back up the fact that our team has got to a state where, yes, we might struggle against Liverpool at Anfield, but if we're playing at home against Wolves, we'd like to think that we take in the same feeling and the same motivation and the same thought process when playing, and that result is hugely different. You'd like to be looking at 3-1s or 4-1s from our side, surely. But we'll wait and see. I'm going to come to a couple of the comments first before we nail out our starting 11.
Okay.
Because I'm very keen to discuss it. Now, Darren Hurst, let's go up a little bit further. Sean, yes, it's not official on the AFC Bournemouth site yet. That's about Adley. Jay Soma, expect only change, maybe swapping Scott for someone. Interesting. Yeah. Dan Shaw, any reason why Paulson wasn't in the team Friday night? Not a Scooby. I would imagine full confidence in Jordi Petrovic. Because there wasn't a spare keeper on the bench at all, I don't think, on Friday. Not sure. Bit risky, maybe, Dan, but Darren, all I can say is we need to win by a massive goal score to even out goal difference and jump from lower to middle of the table.
We'll take a 1-0, to be honest with you. But I think I think there is more goals in Bournemouth than just the one. Early
100%.
doors, mate. Early doors. Only second game, so take the 3 points.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll be focusing thoroughly on 3 points rather than player ratings, goals being scored, anything else. As long as we get that 3 points, I'm not fussed. Paul from Oz, our local supermarket here is NSW. In NSW is Aldi, which is even more confusing for me.
New South Wales, Ollie.
New South Wales. Okay. Nick Gillings. Good morning, all. Good morning, Nick.
Morning.
How are we? Not bad, thank you, mate. How are you? So another potential defender on loan from Chelsea. Don't know much about him.
Speculation? Rumour?
By all means, throw some names in there, Nick. Sean, to me, I think Andoni will keep the same team after they played so well. Interesting. Jay Sober Comedy. Anyone waiting on Wolves tickets in post? Still not got mine.
Oh.
Ooh. What day is it? It's Thursday.
Thursday.
Cutting it a bit far. Sean, I got my Brentford tickets. Fantastic. Jay Samer, Paulson and Dennis were at Anfield.
I think Dennis was actually named on the bench, wasn't he? Yeah.
Dennis was on the bench. Yeah. And Nick Gillings, speculation, Diassi.
Okay.
At the moment, Nick, I'm going to keep it as speculation. I'll give you an update ideally next week on Cherry AMs because I don't think anything will be happening today or tomorrow about it, but we'll see. And I appreciate the speculation. Keep firing it out there. Okay, so Malcolm, I want to run through your starting 11 for the Wolves game for the weekend.
No, you don't. Okay. Yeah, a lot of thought. Bearing in mind, what is the situation with Christie?
Yep.
Yeah, he looks nearer to coming back as Kluivert. I think Kluivert is still not fit, so I won't even include him. Obviously, Cook is suspended.
Yeah,
take no part. So, for your information, I'm going Petrovic in goal.
Yep.
And we're going right to left. Going right to left at the back. We're going to have Smith, Diakite, James Hill, and Trofea. Now in the middle, I'm going Tyler Adams. Now here's the point. I'm putting Ryan Christie in there as well. Now, if he's not fit, I'm going to put Alex Scott in there.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll put it Christie and then in brackets Scott. Now the controversy steps in. On the right, outside for Gannon Doak, in for Brooks. Okay. If that isn't possible, and I believe it is very, very possible, he might start Brooksy and put Doak on the bench. That is, I'd like to see Doak start. You wanted my opinion, so that's what you're getting.
I love it. Yeah, absolutely.
Tavernier and Semenyo, and then Evan Nielsen up front. There's no surprise there. Now the bench. Well, you're allowed to have 9 players on the bench, of which 5 can be used, right? So I'm going in no particular order. I'll just write them down. So Traore, Arroyo, Senesi, Paulson as subkeeper, Soler, Krupi, Brooks, Scott, Adu Ajay. So that's my list.
I like that. Strong subs bench as well, which is great.
Yeah, I really wanted to sort of go more offensive, really.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, mine's not too different at all. There's the odd change.
Yeah.
but there's this very similar. So yeah, Jordi Petrovic in goal, Adam Smith, Diakite, Senesi, Trafer,
Okay.
back four.
I understand that.
And then Tyler Adams, Alex Scott, centre defenseman, centre mid, and then Semenyo right, David Brooks centre attack, Tavernier on the left, and Evan Nilsson a striker.
Okay.
Pretty much exactly the same, apart from the odd change.
Okay.
And I would have kept Doak on the bench against Wolves, and I'd like to bring him on at 60 minutes and see him absolutely use full energy and full effort for 30 minutes against Wolves on his first game debut on a home pitch. I don't know. I just think there's certain stars that can be aligned for a fantastic game, and that's got the potential to be one of them.
I can't disagree with it. I can't disagree with that at all.
Yeah, and in regards to table of injuries and people that are coming back, I mean, obviously, we know that Unal's out at the moment. Ryan Christie with the groin still recovering, it says. So it doesn't give a finished date where it does for some of the others.
Right.
So it just says still recovering. Luis Sinistera, he's obviously had a minor thigh injury, but it's irrelevant now. Lewis Cook, knee injury, but he's also on a suspension. He's got one more game.
Yeah.
And Justin Clivert, calf injury, return unknown at the moment.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, but hey, look, these things happen, and I think it's interesting to see that what was classed as our spine or our sticking players are currently out at the start of the season. So it's interesting to see us mould and adapt and be flexible with who we've got to play. But yeah, very
way, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, absolutely, it is. Nick Gillings puts his thumbs up in regards to speculation for Diassi. Paul Sants, always get nervous for first game. Not about the game, but I get nervous just in case my season ticket does not work. Yeah, imagine, Paul. I don't know. What would you do if you got turned away from the stadium? Just quickly nip down a pub and try and watch it at the local Queen's Park, maybe? I don't know. Sean, without saying names, how many more signings do you think we'll make and how many do we need? Interesting. I think we'll make 2 more signings. And I think we only need 1 to answer your question pretty plainly. Tommy, good morning, Tommy. Said it yesterday, but Saturday needs to be a thrashing. Set the tone for the season. Yeah, I almost agree with you, mate. I thoroughly believe that after our game on Friday against Liverpool, it was a struggle. It was a tough start to the season, considering that game away at Anfield. I think we've got absolutely what it takes in every sense of the word to hammer Wolves, essentially. Now, although if it's not a hammering, I'm still going to be happy either way. I just want the 3 points and just want our team to look solid. But I do agree with you, Tommy. To make a statement for the season, it would mean going out this weekend and smashing Wolves to pieces. I'd love to see it. But if it doesn't happen, it's not the end of the world for me. Paul Sants, Senesi, I think will always be picked over Hill until we get a new centre back. I think so at the moment. If I remember rightly, Senesi injured himself, didn't he, at the start of last season because he was playing too much. Played the first 7 or 8 games, if I believe, and then was out for a few games. So who knows what could happen, Paul? Nick Gillings, I know that feeling, Paul. I'm using a card again this season, and my Brentford ticket is loaded onto it, so hopefully that will work too. Malcolm, when was the last time you had tickets to the stadium or a season ticket of some sort?
I haven't, mate.
Has it never been?
I haven't been to a game of the Vitality. All right, that's pure information. Now I've got I got my global ticket. Yeah, because I've been away too long, mate.
Sure.
So,
yeah.
I'm going to apply for a ticket for a game in October. Which, as a reminder, for those in the chat that don't know, that there's 2 games have been changed. The Fulham game and the Notts Forest game. Now, I know the Forest game should have been 25th of October. Saturday, they moved it to the Sunday, 2:00 kickoff, because of Forest being in Europa League.
Oh, I see.
Okay, and the Fulham one, I'm not sure what it is, but there is a change. I mean, both the clubs have asked for alterations with the kickoffs, and Bournemouth have agreed. So, I mean, it is put up on the Facebook page somewhere, so have a look.
Nice, thanks for that, Malcolm. Appreciate that.
So that's my plan. As I said yesterday, I got my little card from the Cherries, the global ticket card. So, watch this space. I'm certainly looking forward to booking a flight, booking a bus. I've got my accommodation already sussed out. So, fingers crossed.
Look forward to it.
Honestly, I mean, that is top of my bucket list.
I might try and get down with you in October. I might try and to come and see one with you.
Listen, this is live. This is happening now, right? And you don't know this. I can apply for 3 tickets. Okay.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Up to 3 tickets. So if you want to come down for a game, I'll apply for all 3 because I know I can get at least one other person. You're welcome to join us, and
let's do it. I'd love nothing more than that. That'd be awesome.
And you wouldn't have to pay for the ticket. That's on me.
Fantastic. Well, beers or breakfast is on me then, surely.
Right, but we'll talk about it, okay? But that's
amazing. Yeah,
that's the plan. Why not?
Fantastic. There you go, guys. At least you get me and Malcolm in the same room at some point in October. Look.
Oh God.
What a sorry I am that'll be. Dan Short, just thinking, when does Adley have to be registered by to play Saturday?
Hours.
Yeah, if it's 48 hours, that would be done by this afternoon, wouldn't it? It'd have to be done by this afternoon.
Yeah.
For it to be applicable. Dan Short, thought I saw you now back in training. Possibly. Yeah, you might have done. It might have been easing his way back in. I know that he's been injured now for quite a while, since January. It says that his expected return is around the 18th of October, but it could be shorter.
Yeah.
Jay Soma, has Fevra gone out on loan yet? I do not believe so. Let me have a look. No, he's not on loan, but he's also not registered in the first team yet. So, watch this space for him. Yeah. Darren Hurst, agree with team selections except Hill for Senesi, Traore for Tav. Whatever the team, I'm so excited for chaotic football. Yeah, brilliant. I can't disagree with that, Darren.
Yep.
Jay Soma, is Craig B still involved in this in this pod? Yeah, absolutely, Jay. Craig Beasley is usually the main man and the main face around town here, but me and Malcolm have given him a bit of a break. He's a busy boy at the moment, so yeah, some of our team are rallying around him and making sure that we're now manning some of the podcasts in the morning and in the evenings moving forward. But yes, Craig B is still around and alive. Sean, would love to see you now played, but don't see it happening. So for him and our budget, he needs a good loan with regular football. Yeah, I'd agree with that. In regards to a loan, staying in the Premier League or outside the Premier League, do you think? Not sure. I'd like to hear your thoughts.
A good point, Ollie. It's a good point.
Yeah. Because I can't see him being taken into the Premier League as a main striker, to be honest. Not yet, anyway. Sean, does everyone enjoy the ticket on the app? I used it in the friendly and worked perfect. Jay Soma, Macy, you now versus Brentford.
Can't see it happening.
Go on, Malcolm. How come?
Are we referring to the cup game?
Could be. Yep. Because that's
I think it might
next
be.
week.
I think it might be too soon, mate.
Yeah, I also think it might be too soon. When is that? FCV versus Brentford. Oh, Carabao Cup. Tuesday, 26th of August. So next Tuesday.
Yeah, I think it's too early.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. But Jay, Soma, watch this space. It absolutely could, could be coming back. If people are saying that they've already seen him in training, October 26th could be way overdrawn. So he could be back before then.
Mm.
Darren Hurst, 2 p.m. kickoff works excellent for me. 7 p.m. in Perth. Nice. That's for the October Sunday games that you were mentioning that changed, isn't it? 2 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah. Paul from Oz, Bournemouth versus Fulham, Friday night, 8 p.m. kickoff, October 3rd. God,
Yeah.
that's gonna be a banger. Love Friday night kickoff games. I think they're fantastic. Sean, only problem with Sunday games is the women games are on a Sunday and usually overlap. Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say it's a problem. I think the women's team and the males team are obviously going to have different fans anyway. Predominantly, most people are going to follow the men's team anyway, whether they follow both teams in their own time or not. But yeah, I can see the issue there, but I don't think it's going to be an actual issue. Darren Hurst, hey, if we are having a Cherries meetup for a game, I might look at flights, Malcolm.
You're more than welcome.
Tommy, happy birthday, Alex Scott. Yeah, shout out to Alex Scott. Big happy birthday. And hopefully he gets his chance this weekend. That'd be fantastic. Jay Somer, yes, cup game. Could be too soon. Agreed. Tommy Parry, Tuesday is the cup game. Absolutely. Sean would like you now in Prem, but realistically Championship. I 100% agree. Championship or maybe Bundesliga.
I was going to suggest Europe.
Yeah, for a season or two, why not? Allow him to
Yeah.
get some minutes, get some goals under his belt.
Yeah.
Don't see why that wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. Dan Short, Paulson debut, possibly. What, on the Brentford game on next Tuesday?
Yeah, why not?
That would be amazing. That would be absolutely amazing. I'm all for it. I'm all for it, Dan.
Me too. Mm-hmm.
Paulson debut for cup game. Yeah, definitely possible. And Darren Hurst, international fees apply, of course. And finally, Jay Sober, goals per mins for us must be quite good. Yeah, he scored that fantastic free kick, didn't he? Last season, I can't remember who it was against, but it was a banger. West Ham, fantastic. Billing might be going to Ipswich on loan. I think that's a great move. I'll be honest. Initially, first thoughts say that's a fantastic move. Pradyuman Singh, welcome and good morning. Views on Diakite debut. I thought he looked out of place, especially against Ekitike. I'm not going to agree that I think he looked out of place because I don't think he looked out of place. However, bear in mind, he went from France to Anfield. So he had 5 days where he flew from France into London, London into Bournemouth, then doing a medical, passed his medical, straight up to Anfield to play his first game in the Premier League. That is a huge, huge week for a football player to have, let alone a football player that's got a ton of pressure on him for coming over and filling in to be a main centre-back for Bournemouth. I think he performed under all that pressure and under all that stress. I thought he had a fantastic debut. I thought he had a really fantastic, solid debut. I don't know if you have any other thoughts on that, Malcolm.
The thing is, you have to put everything into perspective, and what you've just said there, I can only echo that. Amazed, actually. Yeah, he wasn't going to be awe-inspiring, was he? But he had a job to do, and to be honest with you, he did a pretty damn good job.
Yeah.
So great first game for him. I don't think it could have got any tougher, to be honest with you. So see where he goes from here. I mean, he must take an awful lot of confidence from his performance.
Crikey, God, yeah. You'd like to think so.
Yeah.
And there's definitely some comments here that are really pointing out some awesome stuff about him. So we'll come to them now as well. Jay Somer, Billing should have come on versus Liverpool.
Questionable.
I don't agree, but again, that's just, I think, down to my own personal feelings about Philip Billing. For Diakite, Darren Hurst says, only have 2 training sessions. He went against the biggest players. He did very well. Completely agree. Tommy Parry, Diakite looked great in my opinion for 2 days of training, and Donny's system is not easy to get to ease into, especially for centre backs. Only wants to ease into it seamlessly and monsters like Hudson. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, couldn't agree with that more. It's probably one of the toughest frameworks and strategies to break into immediately in the Premier League. In my opinion, you could put any player, try and get them into the Liverpool team, into the Bournemouth team, after 4 days and 2 days of training. I don't think any of them would gel as much as Diakite did. So
it was a very big ask, wasn't it?
It was huge. Yeah, it was massive. And he came on and he bloody held his own. So I've got to give him credit. Sean says, once my wife's recovered, might try to do once a month meet up for breakfast. Used to happen at my old workplace, maybe a harvester. Yeah, there's absolutely chance of that for sure, especially with you, Craig, and Matt, Sean, because you're all local. Paul, I believe he had most passes for Bournemouth against Liverpool. That would be fantastic. I haven't seen that stat, but I can't see it being incorrect. So Tommy Parry took Zabba a season almost to look somewhat stable. Yeah. I actually didn't have a lot of time for Zabba at the start. Didn't think he was as good as everyone thought he was. It was only up until last season and a couple of specific games that he started to stand out for me. But interesting look on that, Tommy. Chris Hubble, how about this player from Chelsea, Axel Diassi? Yeah, Diassi, I think it is, coming to AFCB. Yeah, we're going to discuss that next week, Chris. At the moment, it's just a bit of speculation, so we'll come to that next week. Darren Hurst, it was easier for Diakite to fail miserably than to be a success. Agreed. Jay Somer, not a Phil Bill fan. No. I'm not, and I don't want to sound harsh in that, and no disrespect to Phil Bill whatsoever. But he just doesn't he doesn't have a place in the squad for me anymore. I think as a team we've outgrown him. I think as a squad we've outgrown him. As a midfield we've outgrown him. And I think towards the end of the season that he was playing with us, not last season, the season before, he didn't look like he wanted it as much. He wasn't fighting for his position. He was getting a bit lazier on the ball. He was putting less touches in, less passes. Head was looking down too much. For me, Bill just lost it a little bit, and it never came back, unfortunately.
The squad's moved on, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely it has. Absolutely it has.
And I can't disagree with you there at all.
Yeah. Paul from Oz 100% agree with your Billing comment. Jay Somer comedy. He can sometimes do what others can't. Yeah, and look, and I think he's definitely going to have a fan base at the club. It's Phil Bill. He pulled out some goals. He pulled out some fantastic performances. He was a big player and a big character on the pitch for a long time. But unfortunately,
for me, he's just not consistent enough.
No. And would you have him back in the squad?
I think looking at, if you're asking me with what we got now, I would say it's time for him to move on.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. And where does moving on mean? Does that mean back to a club in Europe like Napoli, or does that mean Championship football, do you think?
Well, I would say firstly Championship, but if Napoli wanted him back, why not? Because Serie A, top team, top club.
Yeah.
If he's got a point to prove,
why not go and prove it? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly
Yeah,
that.
I agree. Jay Soma, yes, Ray agrees with Paul from Oz's comment, who just
Mm,
looked like Ray. Yeah, but yes, Paul from
yeah.
Oz. Paul Sants, Axel, no thanks. He looked rubbish for Chelsea. That's for Diassi. I appreciate that, Paul. The transparency is what we love here on this show, but we will come back to Diassi probably next week, unless speculation grows tomorrow for the chaps to cover it on tomorrow's show. Finally, Jay Soma, Scott is also inconsistent. Yes, he's not. I wouldn't say he's the game of football. It can be anyone's day on the day, right? People can be inconsistent. People can be fantastic. I've seen Phil Bill have his games on a day where he's come out and looked amazing. But yeah, these players will continue to grow, and hopefully the consistency is key, and they'll continue to play the way that they should be playing or expected to play under Andoni. Jay Soma, got to go, guys. Need to walk the dog in Kings Park and demand my Wolves tickets in ticket office. Yeah, good luck, mate. Best of
Have a
luck,
good
and thanks
day.
for joining the show this morning. Appreciate it. Darren Hurst, I like Scott, but seems to have mastered the player close. So I'm going to try and earn a free kick by flying gracefully through the air. It just needs to stand strong and will improve his game. Interesting.
He's not the finished article by any means.
No, and does he still earn your time though? Does he still get the time to become that finished article?
Yes,
Where yeah,
definitely. Yeah. I would like to see him start more games than on being on the bench. Let's put it that way. Yeah.
yeah, I agree. Sean, I've said Billing as backup, but for now, with new signings not needed, and he will want at least a chance, but I don't see it. No, yeah, I can't see it. Can't see it happening. Not with the players that we've got at the minute. And Jay Soma, cheers all.
Yeah.
No worries. Thank you, Jay. Guys, we don't know where the time's gone this morning.
I
Go
do
on,
have
Malcolm.
another point to bring up this morning. That it was put out on the internet about the planning permission. So I don't know if anybody's read it. It come up first thing this morning for me. So there was a environmental impact assessment. Okay, and that has been granted. So we move on to the next phase now. That was done through the council. So there's going to be no impact environmentally, which is really plus all the way through. The article's actually up on our Facebook page, so do pop in and have a little read. It's not very long, but it's quite straightforward, to be honest with you. But it is just one of the, it's part of the process that they have to go through. And that was always my concern, not a worry, a concern that are the council going to actually back Bournemouth all the way through this now? Because we've had things in the past where nothing's materialised. They've always, closed the door on it. But I think, because
is it funny now that we're in the Premier League and we've got all this buzz around us and all this investment that all of a sudden the council and everyone from the town want to be involved? Everything's good to go. And, as you've just said it, we've had a number of issues before, right? Where there's been hoops to jump through, hurdles to cross, and we just don't seem to have any of that at the minute. And it's a bit frustrating because you'd like to have thought a club like Bournemouth would have always had the backing of Bournemouth Town, always had the backing of the local government, the local council. But it hasn't always been that way. So it's nice to see that we don't have these pushbacks now.
Yeah. So, watch out for, more news to come out.
Yeah. And what an exciting ground that's going to be now. With that extension, that's going to be brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Jay Soma says, cheers all. Thanks, Jay. Appreciate you watching. Darren Hurst, yes, definitely. Tommy, love Scott personally. Want to see how he develops. Hope he can become the next Christie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Agree.
Definitely.
Tommy says, cheers, Jay. Paul says, brings money to the town. Absolutely, it does.
Mhm.
And Sean confirms that the next women game is 3 p.m. on Sunday away to #United, which will be a good game, I think.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
But from us, Malcolm, we've hit the 40-minute mark. I
Very
don't
good.
know how. It feels like we're about 10, 15 minutes in.
Yeah,
It just
exactly.
disappears.
Crazy, isn't it?
But once again, that's only due and thanks to the chat and everyone that gets involved in the mornings. That's
Yeah,
been
brilliant.
popping off. Yeah, which
Mm.
is just fantastic. We can't ask for much more than that. In regards to Cherry AM itself, please do jump back on the show tomorrow morning, which will be with Paul from Oz and Matt, I believe.
Yep. Yep.
There's also a cherry picking tonight, which will have Malcolm, Liam Humby, Matt and Craig.
Yep. Correct.
Yep, fantastic. So I'm on this now at the minute. And then this weekend we have obviously got Wolves at home. So a lot to look
Exciting
forward
times.
to. Yeah, and please do keep getting involved. We've got the Monday night reaction show, Cherry Slaps again, which will be at 7 p.m. on Monday, where we will have Wolves fans coming out of my ears holes, I believe, because there's about 12 of them that want to get involved, which is crazy. How am I going to manage all of them? I'm not sure. But everyone in the chat, really, really appreciate you joining along again. Malcolm, always a pleasure. I hope you have a fantastic day.
Thanks, mate.
Up the cherries, and see everyone again real soon.
Yeah, thanks, everyone. Have a good day. Up the cherries.
TalkSport Fan Network.
The ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Want authentic supporter insight on all things Bournemouth? Follow Up the Cherries in all departments on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Search TalkSport Fan Network.
I should be like you, Mel.